and welcome. Again, we have another tremendous show with another tremendous guest. This morning, I want to introduce to all of our viewers, Shamina Gilmore. Hello.
Hello, how you
Okay,
doing? How's everybody
good.
this morning?
So, Shamina has quite a list of things that she does. I'm really excited to go down them. But she calls herself the notary chick.
The Notary
Okay,
Chick of
which is
Homestead, yes.
definitely a uh, different name. You know, makes you stand out from the rest. For me, what's really exciting about this is the fact that you are in our community.
Yes.
And I say it over and over and over again. This is a community show, and we like to shout out. We like to spotlight our community members who are actually doing something, and you're doing a lot.
I
Okay,
am.
but tell me about yourself. You know, how did you end up here in Southgate?
Well, I was born and raised here in Miami, so I'm a Miami girl, full blooded.
Okay,
Born and
okay,
raised here, yes.
all right, and stayed.
And stayed. And stayed. I've been here since established in 1978. I stayed here.
Okay. So, so tell us sir, about this notary thing. Okay, you've been doing that since 2013.
So I became a notary in 2013. The way that I became is a friend of mine asked me to do it because he wanted his documents notarized. It's like, once you become a notary, and I was like, okay. So, it was fairly simple. It's not a hard thing to do. You go onto the website, you take a simple test, and after you pass it, you become a notary in the state of Florida. So that was back in 2013. I didn't really know back then the scope of things that notaries could do.
Mhm.
So I'm just like really learning. Ever since then, I've learned like so many things that notaries can do.
Okay, but that's not your. I see that you enjoy doing it, but you have a passion.
I
Okay,
do.
and I kind of share that. I do a lot. Junior scientist in the sea is my passion for with youth, and it seems to me you have the same. So tell me about what you do, working with the kids and teaching.
So before I became a notary, I was a teacher.
Okay,
I worked in Miami-Dade County. I worked in Miami-Dade County from 2003 till 2012. And I worked at several schools, and I left education. Um, it was a lot. Being a teacher was a lot. It's very stressful, but I did leave back in 2012. And fast forward till now, I said, you know what? I'm like never going back in the classroom. Like, don't anybody ask me to be a teacher. But I really do have a passion for just educating people, and helping people to learn. So I actually did go back.
and where are you now?
I'm down at the Key Largo School in Monroe County.
Okay.
I love it there. It's a really nice atmosphere. They're very family oriented down there, and at Key Largo School. Very nice school, a lot of nice people. The principal is awesome. He's a really good, great guy.
hmm The tornadoes.
The tornadoes, go
Yeah.
tornadoes!
And we don't have tornadoes, we have hurricanes, but I think that name's already
It is.
taken. But I'm familiar with that school. I'm also down in Monroe County a lot, even though this is the community that I reside in. I live here. I do a lot with diving. I do a lot with the uh, Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. In fact, I'm on the board of
That's amazing.
the board, so I'm always down there. That's why I'm very familiar with almost everything in the Keys. In fact, I was just down in Key West day before yesterday.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
drive down there a lot too.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, but all right. So teaching kids, and then we're going to come back to this notary thing. But I told you it's a passion of mine.
Hmm.
I had seen that you had written created several books. One of them jumped out at me because we just came out of a an event with Sharonda Day, and uh, and she created this program called Grace Giving.
Hmm.
And Grace Giving is her way of Thanksgiving, and
Okay.
she provides for those who really don't have means to do for themselves. And we had an event last week for the military, strictly for the military and their spouses and everything. And then she's doing her normal grace giving this Thanksgiving uh, on Thursday. So why am I bringing
Okay.
this up? Because it's about gratitude. It's about saying
Yes.
thanks. And I noticed that in my life now that young folks don't seem to have the ability to show gratitude. They seem to go want immediate gratification,
Oh yeah.
but it's difficult for some reason for them to say thank you or gee, I really do appreciate you
Mm-hmm.
doing that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have a product that you had put together. Can you tell us about your gratitude journal?
Yes. So, and I agree with you. Like, since I'm a teacher, I get to see it hands on how, kids, they're not really really being taught, and it's kind of our responsibility to let them know, you have to be grateful for the things that you already have. And so I created this book here. Um, it is a daily gratitude journal and coloring book. And once you start early with the kids and teach them, be grateful for what you already have. And then that's how you get more. If you're already thankful for what you have, you're thankful for, you have a place to live, you have food to eat, you have clothes on your back, you have shoes on your feet, you teach them these things. But in this book, um, they have a spot where they can just write what they're thankful for. And then you write it down. There's like 3 spaces here. Um, this person brought me joy today, I feel, and they can circle how they feel and draw a picture. And in classes is what we do. We have them to, like, okay, this is a prompt, we want you to write about it, we want you to draw a picture. They already know what to do, but now they need to know that gratitude and being grateful for what you have every day is how you're going to, create a life that you're just going to be really happy, when you get older.
Can you hold that up again? Can we get a tighter shot of that? So there we go. All right. So, and you have the smiley emojis and everything on there,
Yes, yes.
So, how did you come up with that idea?
So there is there's a and I'm going to show you the front too.
Mm-hmm.
It's unicorn themed, so I know there's a lot of kids that love unicorns, and that's the reason why I picked the unicorn to put on the front. But the way that I came up with this is through a company. It's called Bolt. They already have like certain templates that you can use, and you can find the templates there, or you can purchase templates from other places to put in your book. And then you upload it into BookBoat, and once you get it created and ready to go, you send it through KDP. KDP is through Amazon. I don't know if you guys know about KDP, but that's where I create these books.
Okay.
This cover I actually created myself on Canva. Mm-hmm. Canva is amazing. You guys use Canva and know about Canva, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this cover is actually what I actually created on Canva.
And so where can we find that?
This book can be purchased on Amazon. It is on Amazon. All you have to do is search Mina Gil 88, MINAGIL 88, and this book will pop up. You'll see it, and it's only $6.99. It's like $7. Really good price point. I mean, it's nothing that is expensive, because these are really really fun books. And there's also coloring in the back. They can color their coloring pages. So it's a gratitude journal coloring book, so they can also color if they want to.
Okay. All right. Nice. So again, that's something that I'm working and framing the next generation for me, the next generation of aquatic stewards. And so we do a lot with interpersonal skills. We do a lot with dealing one-on-one with people. I like to create what I call the elevator speech.
Okay.
You're in that elevator with someone that you need to influence, and you only have from the ground floor to the third.
Right.
And so get your point across. And so, but we tend to skip over the ability to say thank you and to show, that there's gratitude.
There's gratitude, exactly. And so, it's needed.
Very, very, very cool. I like the idea of it. I have a lot of boys that I work with, so we might need to
yes, exactly,
tweak that just a little bit.
Tweak it just a bit.
Ninja turtle on the front or something.
This is my very first one, so I'm going to make more, and I plan to make them so that everyone can girls and boys could actually have.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so we have to talk about the notary because you are the notary chick.
I am.
and to me again that name's amazing, but it's catchy. Okay, what do I get to do this? Well, get the notary chick.
Exactly. And when I came up with the name, it just kind of like came to me. It's one of those things where it just kind of like it just comes to your mind. So I was like, the notary chick would be great. It's something that's easy, it's catchy. Nobody would ever forget notary chick.
Okay.
Like, because the notary chick could be the girl next door. Kind of like that thing.
All right,
so
all right. So you talked earlier about just going online and taking the course. What about materials and things like that? How do you get that stuff?
Well, most of the materials that you need to be a notary, you already have at home. Computer, laptop, printer. Those are the basic things that you need right off the bat to become a notary. So those things you already have. You don't even, and if you don't have them, it's not, anything that you have to pay a lot of money to get. Those are the basic things that you need. Now, if you're going to become a mobile notary, the computer, the laptop, the printer, scanner is something you're definitely going to need, because sometimes you have vendors or title agencies or signing services that say, well, we need you to scan it over and send it back through email, and they want it quickly. So scanner might be something that you also need. Several other things like
what about that seal thing that you always see?
Definitely that you're definitely going to need one of those. Those you can purchase online. I get all of my materials and everything from the National Notary Association. National Notary Association is the standard, the industry standard. And whenever you're in the process of becoming a signing agent or notary signing agent, they, like all of the titles and escrows and signing services, will ask you if you've been certified through the NNA. So I go through the NNA for everything. You can even, after you pass the test for becoming a notary, that's where you're going to go. They're going to say, now you have to go to a bonding company. National Notary Association would be that company. And you can get your stamp, your embosser, your certification, your course, all of those things you would get through them. And there's other companies, but I just choose them because everybody always asks. All the companies always ask, about the NNA.
So that's the standard that's there. So getting the bond and everything, that essentially is insurance.
Yes, the bond, the errors and omissions, all of that you can get through the National Notary Association.
Okay, so you can actually do closings and stuff like that?
I do. I've done several. So I've been a notary signing agent since last year of June. And like I was saying earlier, because I didn't know that there were so many things that notaries can do. So once I found out that they do this and they actually make really good money doing this, I went ahead and got, my certification to be a notary signing agent. What was my question?
So well, it basically was.
What was I saying? I just lost train of thought.
It was about closings, and
yes.
So actually that's a big deal. I just had some work done, some contract work, and we were dealing with folks up in Virginia, and so we went to a notary. Actually, the notary came to our house.
Yes, they do go to your house now. So with the when the title companies and escrow companies, they need somebody to come in to do a loan, they would either contact you directly, or sometimes they are associated with a signing service. They would send the work to the signing service. The signing service will then send out like a mass, text or whatever, and all of the notaries that are signed up with them will get it. And then, it goes from there. Like, either you accept the amount that they're paying you, or you can counter offer, and then you get the assignment, and you would go travel to that person's. It could be their home. It could be a bank. It could be an office. It could be either one of those places. And you show up with all of the documents, and you sit there with them and you go through each document, and you just, kind of get briefly, because as notaries, we can't really give you any advice, or we can't talk to you about interest rates. The only thing we're there to do is to just briefly say, this document is this, say sign here, date here, stamp, sign here, day here, stamp. So that's pretty much basically what we do, and that's how it works.
Okay. So you should have a card or something, show up with a printer and laptop and
Um,
scanner.
well, all that stuff is in the back. Like, so I have all my scanner is in the back of my car. I used to have a printer, but I took the printer out. But I do have the scanner. So sometimes I may need my laptop because sometimes it could possibly be an e-signing where you just kind of click and sign, like on the computer. And sometimes it's paper, and sometimes it's a lot of paper. Sometimes it could be like 200 sheets. We have to go through like a stack of papers like this.
Wow.
And sometimes it could be as little as 20 sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it really depends on the situation or what type of loan or what lender that you went through.
So essentially, you have to make sure that you have the right supplies, the right tools.
Yes.
Okay. And you get that from any place standardized, or just again through the...
Well, like I said, so the embosser and the stamp, those things come from National Notary. You can also get your Notary Journal, which is another very important portion. In the state of Florida, they do not require you to have a Notary Journal, but as a signing agent, you definitely need one because you want to keep records of where you've been and who signed, and because you have to get their ID and all of those things of that sort. So I get my things from the NNA. Like other things, like computers and stuff like that, you can go anywhere and get that stuff. You can order that from Amazon, or you can go into the store and get those things. But this is definitely a very important part of being a notary. You need a Notary Journal. You have to have this as a signing agent so that you have a record just in case anything happens, anything goes wrong. You can always go back to your Notary Journal. And this is one particularly that I made. Again, just like the gratitude journal, I did the same way in BookBoat. I made the cover, and the inside is a template that they actually offer. So all I had to do was put it together, and then it comes out into a book.
So that has a place for you to put all of the information from each of the people.
It does.
The signatories.
It does.
And then you just memorialize it. And so you actually created that?
This I did make, yes, on BookBoat. I made this on BookBoat.
Okay.
And I chose this format because the one that I have, was I did purchase one through the NNA. It is a little different, and it doesn't have as much space. Like this one has a lot of space for you to be able to write. Mm-hmm. The other one is just kind of linear, it just kind of goes across like this, and it serves its purpose. But I tried to make the one that I did a little bit more where it has more space, pretty much.
It's essentially, after years on the job, what you need to record, and so you would make something that would capture all of that information.
Everything. It has the name and address of the signer, the phone number, their email, their signature, very important. What kind of notarization that you're doing? Are you doing an oath, acknowledgement, a jurat, anything like that? How you identify them? It has everything that you need to conduct a successful loan signing.
Okay, and so folks any new notary that's getting into it, they can also find that book.
Yes.
So across the bottom of the screen, we have your all of your social media stuff. And so folks can actually reach you and ask questions and
definitely
hire you that way.
They can. So you can reach me through Instagram. They can also reach me through Facebook or Twitter. I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook. And there's a link in my bio that you can click, and the link tree will come up, and you can see the booking link. And you can click on the booking link. It'll take you right to my calendar. And you can find a time there and a space that you could book if you would like for me to do a real estate closing for you. I do VIN verifications. I do field inspections. Notaries can do a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, it's so many things that we do. It's just mind blowing when I actually found out all these things that we can do.
I know when I moved back home, I moved back down from Florida after I retired to Florida, after I retired from the military. All of my titles and everything, all of my vehicles were up in Virginia. And I had to bring each one to DMV, so that a DMV person could go out there and check the VIN. And so now it's much easier because you can use a notary to do that.
Right.
That was a pain. because it was just me, and I have a motorcycle, a couple of cars, a truck,
Hmm.
and I had to do them one at a time.
See, and you could have called on me and I could have did those for you. I just think it's a form that you need, and all I do is come out, I verify the form, I take pictures of it, and then, wherever it needs to go, that's where it goes.
hmm I don't think they were doing that then.
Oh,
This
gotcha.
was a while ago,
Gotcha. Okay.
and because they said to me, yeah, you must bring them,
Oh,
and so
okay.
yeah, it was
But I mean, it's the notary. So the notary, it's a trusted person in the situation, I
right,
guess.
right. And that's
Yes.
really what it's about. It's about trust, and so that's exciting. Again, we're not only are we excited to have you here, but from listening to everything that you bring to the table, this table or any other table in South Dade, you have the ability to help others. I know we talked about anyone who wanted to become a notary. Um, all of these things you have there as far as guidance, but even reaching back and reaching down to the youngest of our
Yes.
community members and saying, hey, you know what? Let's do things a little bit differently. Let's get back to the way it used to be. And that's an interesting thing because a lot of times people say, oh, you got to keep moving forward, and we don't want to look back. But if you don't look back, if you don't learn from the mistakes and the things that went wrong, then how can you make those? I was in the
Those
Navy.
adjustments.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I was in the Navy, so I like to say rudder corrections. So you get back on course.
Yeah.
And so it's important to do that. And
That's very important.
yeah, I'm so excited. I one other thing, um, there was another ebook that we talked about. That's not one of these. Obviously, it's an ebook.
Yes.
So can you tell me about that real quick?
Of course. So I am writing a new ebook. It is entitled The Notary School of Hard Knocks. So what it is about basically is there are new notaries coming into the industry. And what's happening is they come in and they go straight to being a notary signing agent without even learning how to be a notary public,
Hmm
how what the documents are, some of the vocabulary, the wordage, the what type of form is what. They don't have a clue. They're just jumping into the part about being a signing agent because signing agents do make can potentially make a lot of money, like six figures a year.
Wow.
So my book is to basically kind of get them from coming in the industry as being a new notary and going through the ranks or the levels, getting to be a business owner or getting to that point where they can run a business. So that's what my ebook is about. So I'm starting from the ground level and I'm working them from the beginning point to graduation. So it's kind of broken down like this. We first go into school in elementary, then middle school, then high school, then you graduate. Now you're at the college level. So it's kind of based on that,
That
getting you
progression.
through.
Right.
Yes, that progression.
Okay.
So in my ebook, I'm working on it now. It won't be out until next year of June 2022. And I'm really excited about it because I know when I first started in the industry, there was a lot of things that I wasn't really sure of, like the things that I mentioned, some of the documents, some of the wording, like what does this word mean? Or what does that word mean? Or, where I'm supposed to sign, those basic things that you need that foundation. You have
Right.
to have that foundation. Once you learn how to be a notary public, being a signing agent will be a breeze.
Right.
And because there's a lot of notaries that are doing it and they are like just constantly making a lot of errors and messing up, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to help educate them so that once they build that foundation, they will never have
Okay.
that
Well,
issue.
at the chamber, we're going to be doing several small business seminars and getting together with. We have so many off the ground, just starting bootstrap type businesses, and so we'd love to have you come in and talk to the folks there. At the same time, there might be people who are interested in becoming notaries, and this everything you've said today is to me is all about bringing about the next group of folks.
That would be
To
great. I would love to do that.
super. Before I close out, I do want to mention first of all, Thanksgiving is coming up, and it's that time of year. We're going into the holiday seasons. Everyone needs to, coming out of COVID, everyone's tense. Folks, chill. This is that
Chill.
time where we should be happy.
Yes,
We should
definitely.
give thanks and then go into what's supposed to be the happiest season, the
Right.
happiest part of the year, you know. And I've heard, oh, COVID. Well, you know what? COVID's been gone for almost a year. It's
Yeah.
not gone,
It's
but
not gone,
we're
but I
out.
mean,
You know,
yeah.
people are out. You're walking around. You know, relax. You know, be kind. It's too easy. We want to remember those who have come before us and who have made it possible for us to celebrate with our families and our loved ones and our friends, you know,
Yes.
but we need to do that. We need to celebrate with our families, our
Yes.
loved ones, and our friends. And oh, almost forgot. Tomorrow evening at Exit One Tap Room, we're having a Let's Get Basted. The whole idea, it's
Oh,
basted. But we're going to have food trucks, 5, 6, 7 food trucks will be there. There'll be vendors in case you want to get a leap on Black Friday and have a little bit of one-on-one purchasing of jewelry
okay.
and a few other items. And this will be starting at probably around 6, and it's going to run until. The idea of it being tomorrow, it's the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So you don't have to get up and go to work the next day. So that's not even an excuse.
Right.
Okay. So just come out, let's relax, let's start the holiday season with some fellowship, and have some fun, eat some good food, knowing that we're going to go into another day of eating good food and watching
Yes.
football and everything else that folks do on Thanksgiving. I really, really want to thank you for being
I
here.
thank you guys for having me. Really, I'm so excited to be on live today. I was a little nervous, but I got, I worked through it. It's amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
Oh, you're very welcome. You did great. I knew you would. So you just have that personality. But it was absolutely wonderful. The information was perfect. For
I also have
everyone
one more
else,
thing. I'm so sorry. Um, on Mondays, sometimes I'm down at Commissioner McGee's office doing free notarizations. I haven't been there the past couple of weeks, but I will be going back. And if you want to stop by, if they're in the area, they're down there in Florida City,
right?
on Mondays, you can come by and I'll be there and I'll do free notarizations from like 11 to 1.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I wish I had written that down. That's Commissioner McGee's office in Florida City, Mondays, and you'll see the notary chick there. Get your things notarized for free.
Yes, for free.
All right, folks. We will see you next week. Next week, we're actually going to have the good folks from Snebley's Winery here, and
Oh,
we're going to talk about what's going on out there. Until
cool.
then, have a happy Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving. I'm not going to say don't eat too much, eat as much
Much
as
as
you
you
want.
want.
Okay. Till next week.